Hey boys, this is the first ever episode of Kino Concept, and the concept of this show is simple. We're seeing if your favourite movie is Kino. So, for the first ever movie we're doing on this show is Conclave. So I think this movie came out a couple months ago, but only just came out in my country just a couple weeks ago, because I live in a fucking shithole. So yeah, I watched this movie last night, and I'll just give my quick thoughts on it. So first off, let's just go through the plot, the basic plot, and I'll give my little interjections throughout. So first off, the Pope dies. I guess the Pope in the movie is supposed to represent the current Pope, Pope Francis, or at least is supposed to look like him. But for a split fucking second, I thought it was Anthony Hopkins. I'm not even joking. I was like, whoa, Anthony Hopkins is in this fucking movie? I didn't see. But no, it's not. It's just it's just an old dude, I suppose. And speaking of old dudes, we see our main character. The main reason I went to see this movie, because Ralph Fiennes is one of my favourite actors of all time. He's in my top 5 favourite actors, easily. But, you know, as soon as I saw him in the first fucking scene, I'm like, oh my god. He's looking a little old. It's gonna be a bad day when he goes. He was, oh my god. I mean, he's always looked old. But, I could really see it. Ralph Fiennes plays the character Thomas Lawrence, and he's like the Dean of the Cardinals. I apologize in advance. I'm not too familiar with religious definitions, I suppose. And yeah, he's the Dean of the Cardinals, which I think is like... which I think just means it's like the leader or like the spokesperson for all the Cardinals, because throughout the movie he gives a lot of speeches and shit. And after the Pope dies, a conclave is called, and I guess a conclave is when all the Cardinals, you know, come and meet and vote on who the next Pope is. So shortly after the Pope dies, we have this scene in this like courtyard of, I think it's supposed to be the Sistine Chapel. Again, not too familiar with religious stuff. These scenes where it's just placed in this like courtyard are so phenomenal. Just the architecture of the building is just so beautiful throughout the movie. Every single scene where it takes place here. They have this really good instrumental playing during this first scene where all the Cardinals arrive in this courtyard, and the snares would just go boom, boom, boom. I really, really enjoyed it. They also have a lot of close-ups in this movie of just the architecture of the Sistine Chapel and all the, you know, religious buildings in the Vatican, as well as, you know, different religious objects like crucifixes and artwork, as well as all the different type of characters we see, like the cardinals, the popes, and the nuns. But yeah, all the cardinals come during this scene, and there's this one, I guess, Eastern Orthodox dude throughout the movie who's in the background. He just eludes fucking aura. I always love like a good fucking Eastern Orthodox fit, you know. They always look so fucking cool. And some other cardinals come, and these fucking like African dudes come, these African cardinals. And some of these motherfuckers are dark as fuck, dude. They are pure fucking Vanta black. Shout out to them. I fuck with it. There's like some scenes where they're in the background and they're so fucking dark you can't even, you know, make out any features on their faces. I'm like, god damn, these motherfuckers dark. They fucking these motherfuckers blacker than Wesley Snipes in this bitch. And one other cardinal comes. He's this special dude. No one knows who the fuck this dude is. He's this Mexican dude who was the cardinal of Kabul. And everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? But it turns out that the Pope secretly made him a cardinal a year previously. And this Mexican dude, his name is Benitez. Keep him in mind as I'm explaining the plot. We're also introduced to the other, I guess, main characters. The second main character of this movie is Stanley Tucci. He plays this dude, Cardinal Alto Bellini. That's Stanley Tucci's character. I'm just going to call him Stanley Tucci from now on. So yeah, Stanley Tucci's character, he's colluding against this dude named Tedesco, this other cardinal who's Italian. And this Tedesco fella, he's pretty base. We'll see more of him later. There are also 2 other cardinals who are vying for the spot of Pope. One is John Lithgow's character, Joseph Tremblay, and one is an African dude named Adeyemi. And yeah, after the Cardinals arrive, they're all eating lunch in this like kitchen place. And the first thing I notice, all these motherfuckers are segregated by prison rules. They're all divided by races. And this point is brought up by Tedesco. During the scene, Ralph Fiennes goes up to Tedesco and he's like, yeah, what's up, bro, what's up? And then Tedesco's like, during this conclave, we need to vote for a fucking Italian pope, mainly me, because we don't want one of those fucking Africans as popes. They just made me smile. This dude's based. This dude is fucking based. We also get this scene with Lithgow's character, Tremblay. Something's weird going on with this dude. Ralph Fiennes is like, it's revealed that before the Pope died, he had a meeting with Tremblay, and no one knows what the fuck happened. This was the last ever meeting the Pope had. We know something sussy was going on. At first I'm like, oh fuck, did he poison him? But no, it's not that serious. But we'll see what he did later on. So before the first conclave happens, this is Ralph Fiennes does this really, really cringy fucking speech. I was just like, oh my god, I was shaking my head, literal fucking hand and head just shaking in the back of the theater. Gave this like really gay fucking speech about unity and diversity. I'm like, that's gay, shut the fuck up. But yeah, then they have the conclave. And I guess during a conclave you need to have, I think it was 72 votes out of, I don't know, 116. It was 100 something. And no one wins. No one wins these 3 votes. But steadily during these 3 votes, we see Adeyemi, the African dude, in the lead. This is rubbing some people the wrong way. Cause this Adeyemi dude, you know, he's African, he's a little homophobic, and we can't have that, you know. We need to be wholesome. And this is pointed out by I believe Tucci's character, Bellini. He's like, yo, we would fucking hate this dude if he was white, but because he's black, you know, we got to be supportive, even though he's a homophobe. And that is so true. I believe Adeyemi is kind of somewhat based off a real dude. And from what I hear, he's pretty based. We see the state of Christianity right now. Maybe we need some based black guys in there. Maybe we need some fucking African values. Maybe the whites can learn something. After these 3 votes, they're all eating dinner. And then one of the nuns pulls up to Adeyemi and they have this big fucking fight. And everyone's like, yo, what the fuck's going on? What's up with her? Ralph Fiennes, he goes on a big adventure to see what the fuck was this about. Who is she? What's this? What's going on here? So he goes to Isabella Rossellini's character, Sister Agnes. She's the head of the nuns, and she's in the background the whole movie, like, who gives a fuck? But she's like, yo, go on my fucking computer. I don't know why the thought of a computer just makes me laugh in the Vatican. There's a lot of, like, I guess, strange modernity in the Vatican that I never really thought about that this movie portrays. Like, where all the cardinals live, it's like a fucking prison or some shit. Like, these rooms, it's just really weird. They live in these, like, dorms, and I'm like, I've never really thought of it. One dude has a fucking espresso machine. Tremblay has an espresso machine. I'm like, what? Bit of a dumb thought by me, but I've just never really thought about it. But yeah, he goes on the computer and he sees that Tremblay, John Lithgow's character, paid for her to come to the Vatican. Do you know why? This nun, this black nun, she is Adeyemi's fucking baby mama. The black cardinal has a fucking baby mama. You can't make this shit up. His BM pulled up. You know, dirty ass BM throw my chain away. Shout out Chief Keef. After Ralph Fiennes finds out that the baby mama pulled up, he has a meeting with Adeyemi. He starts crying, and then Ralph Fiennes is like, bro, you're not gonna be Pope now. And I felt bad for him, like, this shit was 30 years ago. It's not, you know, he just wanted some pussy. I can't blame him. I'm not that mad at him. You know, I'm not too religious, but I don't see what's wrong with getting a little coochie. But, you know, this incident causes Adeyemi to lose popularity when it comes to voting for the Pope. This leaves Thomas Lawrence, Ralph Fiennes' character, Bellini, Tucci's character, who's low-key jealous that Ralph Fiennes is getting votes. He's like, yo, what the fuck? people should be voting for me. And Lithgow's character, Tremblay, and Tedesco, the racist fucking Italian chud, who is now seemingly gonna win because of this. During the next kitchen scene where everyone's, having lunch before, I guess, the conclave, Ralph Fiennes calls out Tremblay for paying for the BM to pull up. And Tremblay's just like, no, I didn't do it. Then Isabella Rossellini comes in and she's like, no, you fucking did it. I know I'm supposed to be a nun and shut the fuck up and not speak, but you're not gonna be Pope, bro. You can't be buying for a BM to pull up. And he's also like paying off people to vote for him. That leaves another dude out of the running to be Pope. And during the scene, Tedesco pulls out a fucking vape. I noticed in the background he was vaping during the movie. But he just fucking pulls out his vape and he's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. And this made this fucking old dude laugh in the crowd. I'm just like, it's not that fucking funny, cunt. Shut the fuck up. Speaking of this fucking theater, the seats were dog shit, dude. I went to the worst fucking theater in my city to see this. They had it on at like 8:30, and that's when I wanted to watch the movie. Fucking dog shit theater. But yeah, back onto the movie. So after this scene, Tucci's character Bellini, he's like crying. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking win. You're the only dude who can take down Tedesco. And when they had this little meeting, I instantly knew who was gonna be Pope, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So yeah, at this point, it's seemingly Thomas Lawrence versus Tedesco to see who's going to be the Pope. And during all the conclaves that's been happening, Thomas Lawrence, his votes have been going steadily up. He's like this liberal dude, and Tedesco's like the evil conservative chud. He's leading at this point, but something brazy happens during the next conclave. A fucking bomb goes off. Fucking suicide bomber bombs this bitch. Some parts of this movie, there's like really loud shit happening. When the suicide bomber went off, I fucking, I got jump scared. I'm like, whoa, fucking hey, man. It was really loud. And during the movie, by the way, there's a lot of like fucking, I know it's realistic, but there's a lot of fucking heavy breathing, and it gave me the ick. It's just a lot of heavy breathing in the background. But yeah, after this bomb happens, they're having this little meeting, all the cardinals, or at least some of the cardinals. And here's where Tedesco fucked up. My favorite character. I think we're all guilty of this. Lord knows I'm guilty of this. Tedesco goes full chud, and you never go full chud. You can't ever go full fucking chud, boys. I'm telling you. You need to hide your fucking power level. Tedesco just goes full chud. He's like, fuck Islam. We can't live with these people. True? But yeah, he starts going off on this like relativist idea that the church has at the moment, as well as Europe. And he's like, this is why Europe is failing. True. And, he starts saying a bunch of good fucking points, which are true. This is why Europe is fucking dog shit at the moment. But then Benitez, if you remember him, the Mexican dude from Kabul, that nobody fucking knew, he gives this fucking soy fucking speech about how he's wrong, and how you're a chud, you're evil, just shut the fuck up, dude. And then we have the final conclave, and of course, Benitez fucking wins. Out of nowhere, I knew he was gonna win as soon as, Stanley Tucci's character, Bellini, was having a little cry to Ralph Fiennes, Thomas Lawrence. Because during every single conclave, for some fucking reason, I noticed Benitez was like the only other cardinal that was slowly getting votes. So I'm like, oh yeah, this dude's just gonna win. I just see it. As soon as he gave that silly speech to defeat the evil chud, it was like, oh yeah, they're gonna vote for this dude. We're not free from, twists. There's a lot of intrigue in this movie, a lot of twists, as we have seen, and the biggest one is for the end. So this Benitez dude, the Pope has known about him. He made him a cardinal, but throughout the movie is slowly revealed that the Pope was having like these meetings or these things where he was flying out this Cardinal Benitez to Switzerland and shit. Nobody knows why, but this is revealed at the end. It's because Benitez is a fucking hermaphrodite. He's a fucking hermaphrodite, dude. And he didn't, he was raised in this like monastery, so he didn't know he was different. He just thought he was one of the boys. Yeah, but he's a fucking hermaphrodite. And he's like, dude, I'm just the way God made me, dude. Which, I guess that's kind of true. I don't want to dog on hermaphrodites that much. I don't hate them. Shout out all my hermaphrodites watching. Yeah, he becomes the Pope. We got a fucking hermaphrodite Pope, dude. A Mexican fucking hermaphrodite Pope. So yeah, a bit of a cringe ending to an otherwise pretty decent film. I liked, there was a lot of suspense in this movie. It was a bit of a thriller. A lot of political intrigue, you might say, in this film. Which was really kept off by two brilliant performances from Ralph Fiennes and Stanley Tucci. I really liked Stanley Tucci in this movie. Especially early on, he had a lot of great scenes where he was just like, dude, I want to be fucking Pope. He was just like, fuck Tremblay, fuck Adeyemi, fuck Tedesco, I want to be the fucking Pope, and fuck you, Lawrence, you're a bitch, you're a fucking pussy, I should be the Pope. It should be me, dude. But yeah, great performance. Yeah, so two great performances, a pretty decent soundtrack, especially at the start, as I explained with those snares during the courtyard, as well as good orchestral pieces throughout the movie, and of course the set design I really enjoyed. They of course didn't shoot it in the Sistine Chapel; they just recreated it, and they did a fantastic fucking job. It just looks so fucking beautiful. I loved it. I'm always captivated by religious architecture and artwork. This movie displays it very beautifully, I would say. Only downsides of this movie, when that bomb happened, it was really loud. There's a couple of things that happen like that where it's just a little too loud for my liking, not to sound like a little pussy, as well as like the heavy breathing. And it was like kind of icky. I didn't like it. It made me cringe. Yeah, it was a good movie. So now we get down to the main question. The main idea behind the show was Conclave Kino. That is the concept, and I would say it is Kino. Kino with a lowercase k. However, it's a solid 7, pushing a very, 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 very light 8, in my opinion. Not to sound like Anthony Fantano, because he's a f***it, but a solid 7. It's a 7.7. That's Kino Concept. So yeah, that's my little shitty review of Conclave. But quickly, I just want to talk about the channel. Shout out everyone who watched my first fucking video, the Squid Game video. Right now it's got like 400 something views. I fucking appreciate it so much. This is my first fucking video. This is my baby. Shout out to everyone who subscribed. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. Big things on the fucking way. Trust me, I got big fucking plans for this channel, man. I'm going on holiday next week from work. I got 2 weeks. I'm gonna be grinding in that fucking 2 weeks. Big fucking plans on the way, boys. This is just the start of it. Nobody can fuck with me. I know that shit. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Letterboxd. I need to get my clout up, boys. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. If you got some movies in mind that you want me to talk about, leave them down in the comments. Again, I fucking love y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace. Style of the scorpion from the temples of the pyramid.